Have you ever been terrified that you were going to let one of those plates drop and crash to the floor? You know those plates, the ones you're trying to keep spinning all the time. I find it interesting that we have analogies about plates for our busyness. I don't know what that says about us, but the plates that we are trying to keep spinning can really cause us a lot of stress. I picture you and I running back and forth, trying to keep them all spinning. The good news is that in actual life, many of the things that we have to do can be scheduled ahead, automated in our world, in our digital world, and so that they just happen. They're pre-programmed. And once you set it up, it just runs very well and smoothly. And you don't have to think about it all the time. That is the joy of the age that we live in. That's one of the good things. So I want to encourage you to use that power and to schedule ahead and put things into place that will run without you thinking about them. Systems. Those are called systems. And the more systems that you have automated, the better. But one of the things that you can do is to have other people help you. The Proverbs 31 woman had servants. She had servant girls. And in the mornings, she would rise early and make sure that her servant girls had assignments. Then she didn't have to think about that anymore. That's the kind of life that God wants for you. If you don't have servant girls, you still can have a virtual assistant if you're an entrepreneur, or more than one. Maybe you have a team. Use them effectively. Trust them. And you can outsource jobs that you don't need to be doing. Use your time for the most advantageous things that will bring the best return on investment. Know your own gifts. Whenever I am doing something that's very techy and I'm having a lot of trouble with it, I think to myself, oh, Wendy, you should not be doing this. This is a really poor use of your time. I have learned over the years to outsource. I used to do everything myself. There's a time perhaps for that and a financial state in which you may have to do that. But as soon as you are able, invest in others who can do the work for you, who can do the things that you're not good at. When I read the book, 10x is better than, 10x is easier than 2x. Great book. It talks about the 20% that you're really good at, that you should be doing, and not the other 80%. That book really changed my mindset. I am so convinced that God wants us to invest in the ways that He has gifted us. When He talks about the talents, and He gave 1 talent, 5 to another, 10 to another, God expected them to invest, to go out and multiply those talents, not bury them in the ground, not waste their time and the talents that they have been given. It is very important to find people who can do those things where that's their 20%. And there are whole systems, again, for hiring a VA. I can talk about that in another video. I have created a custom GPT bot. That is one of my prime assistants. And it helps me in so many ways to be more effective, to use my time more wisely. And it has helped me to hire VA. I now have 2, and I'm about to hire a 3rd. PAs who are really skilled and very, very good at the areas that I am, and we work as a team. I encourage you to have servant girls, so to speak. The Proverbs 31 woman did. She also had a business. She went out and she sold things. Then she invested that money in a field. There's a time to have a business. If that's what you are doing, do not feel guilty. But then I want to encourage you that those plates that you have, make sure that you're going to the Lord and asking him what he wants to be on your plate. Ask him to take off, to remove the things on your plate that he doesn't want there, to give you wisdom, discernment, understanding, knowledge, skill, to plan what's on your plate and to accomplish things he wants. It is not for you to do everything. If you are saying yes to everything and everyone, that's not God's will for you. So first, learn to say no. You need to establish boundaries. I'm going to talk next about boundaries. But if you would like to know more about how to be a well-done woman, how to achieve God's goals for you as a Christian woman leader, and how to have the attributes that God wants for you, click below on 7 habits of a high-impact Christian woman leader. This is Wendy Gunn.